know some people like this movie. Some people are stupid. Well, meanwhile, on the cultural front, it's a Friday, so we got to talk a little bit of culture. Apparently, we have breaking updates. Breaking updates. Very important on the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni saga. I know, people are really into this, like really, really into this. So, what is the latest update? Well, it turns out that Blake Lively was caught on tape talking about how she manipulates people around her in order to take control of the movies upon which she works. Oops. That turns out to be a bad tactic. As I've said before, my first advice as a lawyer to all possible clients, don't do criming on tape. Criming on tape is stupid and bad, and don't do it. It's not a crime to do this, but it does make it look a little suspicious that you are using exactly these tactics against Justin Baldoni, apparently.
It's just as important to say, okay, I believe in this, and that's why I'm standing up for it, and that's why I'm not being difficult. And then there are other moments to go like, am I the in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that like that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do. And so it was a really strange position to be in because I felt like I don't want to just like be an actor. Like I want to have more authorship.
Oh my God. And then she did exactly that to Justin Baldoni, apparently. Like that's literally the accusation as to what happened. And then she went and complained about it by attacking him and trying to wreck him because she apparently was at one point in a room with her, Ryan Reynolds, and Taylor Swift trying to bully Justin Baldoni to make changes to the script for this movie. So first of all, let me point out to Blake Lively, you are an actress. Unless you signed on as a producer or a director, there's literally no reason why your creative input should matter. You're an actor. If you want to write your own script, you should go write your own script. If you want to sign on to a movie with the understanding that you're going to actually make script changes, then great. But if the idea is that you sign on as an actor and then you turn around and try to take control of the script, this makes you a jerk. Right, like at the very, very least. There's a reason why the public has shifted from being a little skeptical of Justin Baldoni to basically just rooting outright for Justin Baldoni at this point. Speaking of which, it's time for a thing I hate that is actually attached to the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation. So I had the misfortune a couple of months ago of being on a plane and looking for a movie to watch and settling on Deadpool versus Wolverine. I know some people like this movie. Some people are stupid. This movie is bad. It is a bad movie. Every joke is too long. It's the same joke over and over, which is some sort of like strange homoeroticism between Deadpool and Wolverine, mainly from Deadpool toward Wolverine. The plot makes zero sense at all. It's 8 hours long. It's just terrible. Again, apparently people sort of loved this movie because they thought that it was kind of just wisecracking Ryan Reynolds doing his thing. But every line is ad-libbed and not particularly well. It is just a bunch of jokes about the male appendage. This movie has now also become rather notorious because there's a character called Nice Pool, who apparently is a spoof of Justin Baldoni. He looks like Justin Baldoni, he kind of talks like Justin Baldoni. He's actually maybe the only character I kind of thought was hilarious in Deadpool versus Wolverine was Justin Baldoni's character, apparently. Here's what that looked like.
Who are you? Oh, I'm Deadpool. And I guess you're Deadpool too. But in here, everybody calls me Nice Pool.
Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too and can't even tell.
I don't think you're supposed to say that.
That's okay. I identify as a feminist.
Right.
He ends up being killed, of course, and in a rather gruesome fashion. I thought that was actually maybe the only funny part of the movie. But If you can't avoid this movie, you absolutely should because it's absolute trash. During tax season, your sensitive information travels through a lot of hands and systems, from payroll to tax preparers to data centers, before it even hits the IRS. Each stop is a potential vulnerability. Your W-2 contains exactly what identity thieves need to wreak havoc on your life. It's no surprise the IRS reported a 20% spike in tax-related identity theft last year. Well, that's where LifeLock comes in. Their advanced system monitors millions of data points every second, catching threats you might miss on your own. If the worst happens, LifeLock's US-based restoration specialists have your back, supported by their $1 million protection package. They'll fix your stolen identity guaranteed, or you get your money back. Again, people on our team use LifeLock to protect themselves. It is what you should do as well. Don't let identity thieves turn your tax season into their payday. Instead, get the protection you need with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 40% off your first year of membership. Call 1-800-LifeLock and mention promo code Ben, or visit lifelock.com/Ben to save up to 40% today. Terms apply. Call 1-800-LifeLock and mention promo code Ben, or go to lifelock.com/Ben to save up to 40% today. Speaking of absolute trash, another thing that I hate today. So I was informed by producer Jessica, who informs me of all of the bad movies that I never want to watch, that I had to take a look at a movie called Kinda Pregnant, starring the veritable pustule on the ass of American popular culture, Amy Schumer. And this movie is just an abomination. It is a war crime, this movie. Truly, you belong in The Hague for having made this movie, Amy Schumer. The log line is, when Lainey, she is Lainey, has a plan to settle down and start a family, and it falls apart, so she puts on a fake baby bump, tells a lie, and accidentally falls for her dream guy. How this movie was ever made is beyond me. It is a horror show. It also happens to be filled with abortion jokes. That's exciting. Here is a scene in which Lainey finds out that her best friend is pregnant and jokes. She's upset because her best friend is pregnant and she's a loser. And so she makes a joke about maybe she should just get rid of the baby. Hilarious. Abortion, killing babies, hilarious.
You're not drinking. You look like you don't want to talk about holes. Are you pregnant? No!
No?
No! Get rid of it!
What?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. God, I thought that I would have a baby first, and you would like wait too long and, try and adopt, and that wouldn't really pan out, and you would just get like some weird pet, like off-brand, like a ferret or some shit. I'm so happy for you. A baby.
Looks great, guys. Looks great. If you didn't like that abortion joke, maybe you'll like this other abortion joke.
Everyone at school and on the web knows that I am the sexiest teacher in the world, and that kindness is my favorite hobby. So I want this to be your day too.
I don't want it to be. It's your day, so please leave me alone.
No.
Really, please leave me alone. Please, this is your day.
Context, Lainey is pregnant and thinking of terminating, which is so fine because you know I'm pro-choice like a Rolls Royce. But this could be our unicorn's last chance. Wait, no, you need to go into the wrinkles. So we're hoping that we can talk her into keeping it, right? Yes. Oh my God, the chat is on fire.
Enough.
Wait, no, that's my phone. Your phone's over
I'm turning
there.
it off. You're acting like a crazy. Stop it!
Oh my God!
Enough! I'm not having an abortion. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Jesus, Shirley, I would. Kate has.
My mom tried.
Didn't like that one either, did you? Abortion. Hilarious. See, it's totally fine. It's totally great and totally fine in a movie about pregnancy. Well, I guess the good news is that there's bad news. The bad news is apparently it was the most watched title during the week of its release. It had 25.1 million views over at the Netflix, apparently. And the good news is that Rotten Tomatoes got it right. 23% critic score, 23% audience scores. That means it's terrible across the board. It is indeed terrible across the board. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.